Hey everybody, I hope you're all having a great day. We got a great show lined up. We've got Miss DC Teen USA. I always mess it up when I say it, but she's going to be here right now, so stick with us right now on Pageantry Now. Hey everybody, Stacy here with Pageantry Now, and I'm super excited because we got a great interview lined up today. It's not even an interview, it's conversation. We're going to get to know Hannah, who is the reigning Miss DC Teen USA, before she gives up her title next week. Before we do that, please make sure that you comment. You are part of the conversation. Let us know that you're out there. Ask questions if you want to of Hannah. Please make sure you keep them PG because we have teenagers that watch, and we want to make sure that the comments are appropriate. Also, Pageantry Now is all about positivity and pageantry and being able to highlight the amazing things that title holders do using a crown and a sash. So let's get this started. Here we go. Hello. How are you?
I'm great. A little great. I'm great now.
You're great now. You look fantastic. I love the natural hair. It's looking so amazing this early. It's too early on a Saturday morning.
Happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you. All right. So do me a favor. Oh, and look, see, already we have your wonderful support system in making comments. And so we love that because we want to be able to, make sure that you get all of the amazing buffs because you've only got a week left of your reign, right?
Yeah, it's bittersweet, but
well, it was go ahead.
It was an amazing journey, so I'm really excited. Not excited to give up my title, but I'm happy. I'm fulfilled.
Do me a favor, introduce yourself to everybody so they know who you are.
Okay, my name is Hannah Gilliard. I am Miss DC Teen USA 2021. I was also first runner-up at Miss Teen USA, and I'm really excited to be here. Hi, everybody.
Yay! So I'm so happy to have you. And there's always one question that we always ask, the first question to kind of get you warmed up. So you ready?
Okay.
Every Miss Universe since 2015 has answered this question. Oh, no pressure there. Okay. Do you like frogs? Why or why not?
Do I like frogs? Yes. Yep. They're very cute. I don't like them near me, but I will watch them from a distance. Like they're nice to look at from a distance, but near me, not too much. Yeah, no.
Is there a particular reason that you're not okay with them near you?
I have this thing about like textures, and I feel like it's like slimy and bumpy. I can't do that. No. I can't do it.
And I will tell you that when I asked Pia Warsbach that question, she went, no. And the reason was because when she was a kid, in the Philippines, they leave their shoes outside before they go in the house. And a frog jumped inside of her shoe and she put her shoe on. And she said that, yeah, from that moment on, she.
No.
So, yeah.
I really I've seen all the frogs I've seen in my life have been in my grandmother's house in South Carolina. So I'm used to just the really, not the exotic looking ones, just the really plain, nasty looking ones. So it's cute from a distance. Just don't come near me with it. That's all.
I got it. It's okay. Not everybody is. Yeah, I mean, I got it because I'm that way with snakes. I'm like, no. So, all right. So let's talk about why you got into this crazy thing called pageantry, because we talked about it right before you started giggling. You're like, yep. So what made you get involved, and how's your experience been with it?
So I probably have like a really non-traditional story, but I was watching the show called King of Queens. That was for pageantry, and I was like, wow, I just love the way that she's building up these women, building up these young women. So it was all during quarantine. I was like kind of trying to figure out what I want to do. Like I felt like I wasn't doing enough in my community, or like I could do more, or I wasn't being like the fullest of who I wanted to be or what I wanted to accomplish, just as a person. So that's when I signed up for 2 different pageants. only two. I was looking for the ones that did not have any application fees. And Miss DC Teen was one of them. I actually forgot that I had signed up for it. And then our past director, Kim Nicewonder, called us one night and she was like, how do you feel about going to Tulsa? Like, what do you think about this? And I was like,
Are you serious?
so serious. Like, it was like 8 o'clock, dark summer night. And she was like, yeah, like maybe you should compete. And I was like, okay, sure. Like, I've never been a pageant before. Why not? So that was my jumping point. I went to my first pageant. I didn't know anything, honestly. I had one mock interview session. I relied on my mother, who was like HR specialist. So she helped me with my interview.
That'll help.
Yes, absolutely. And I also had like an hour of a walking class, and that was my preparation. That was it. So I came into DC Teen. I didn't know anything about pageantry. I just knew that I had a platform and I had done work in my community. And I knew that I could represent the brand to and be a better version of myself, basically. So that's how I got into pageantry. And now, I guess, I'm just really grateful to my title for all of the experiences that I've gotten to, um, be part of with it. I think one of my favorite ones was actually going to Dunbar High School, which is a school in Northeast DC. And I was able to speak to some of their high school girls about self-love, self-empowerment, Black love, all of those things. So that was like one of my favorite experiences ever because I love being in rooms with other teenagers. You can just like talk freely. So I really
Right.
appreciate it.
That's awesome. Okay, that's so cool. Okay, so basically your first pageant you won,
Yeah.
and then your second pageant was first runner up at Miss US Teen USA. Like, are you serious?
It was so funny. I was like, I don't think I belong here. Like all these girls, Brianna, for example, she was like, yeah, I've been doing pageants since I was like 12. And I was like, I just got here last year.
You're like, I just, hey.
It was really fun, honestly. I think, especially with the rebranding and everything of Miss Teen USA and Miss USA, like coming in as your first pageant, it's not as intimidating as it once may have been because they're looking for those fresh girls, that may not have as much pageant experience, but they are really well rounded and they're in their communities and they're doing that work. So I was really excited.
Yeah, I know Crystal. I know Crystal from when she was competing at Texas for Miss Texas USA. And she competed 5 times. She was a runner up for Texas USA. And I remember when she won, I was like, "Oh my god." And so to see and to know like this is such an amazing her story. So this is
Yeah.
really, you know, what she brings to the table and bringing that experience so that all of you have a better experience. And I think that that's so important. And I know like you all got to go on a special trip. So let's talk about that. Like, what did you went to New York, right?
For us, they had to switch it last minute because of COVID calls, but
Okay.
Houston, which was even better. I really loved it down there. Besides the humidity, everything was amazing. That was my first time meeting. I think it was about 48 or 49 of us down there because California was getting crowned that same
Yeah.
weekend. I met a lot of amazing women down there. Some of my favorites, they know my girls, but Daylon Swan, love her, Miss Alabama Teen, Miss Nebraska Teen, Daisy, love her to death. Of course, Brianna. We got it. We love Brianna. And it was just amazing to meet all these like accomplished young women. And I think it's a place where you see around and you can either be like, oh, I'm intimidated, or you can be like, this is just going to push me further. And I think for me, at first I was like, this is kind of scary. Like there are young women here teaching self-defense classes and saving puppies from fiery trees. But now I kind of look at that and I'm like, I want to be like that. I want to do what she's doing in her community. Or I want to do some version of that in my community. Or I want to apply what she's doing in her community in mine. So I think it was just amazing meeting all of those wonderful young women.
I think it was great that you were all able to get together and know each other ahead of time too, because I think that takes some of You haven't had it the other way. So, but a lot of times you don't get to know the
Yeah.
ladies before you're there, and it takes some of the fun out of it because you want to get to know them. You want to have relationships with them. It really is a sisterhood. You are always going to be class of 2021. Like there's and the first class under Crystal. So that is forever and always. And to be able to have that opportunity to be able to let your sparkle shine. And I think that's magical and glorious that you have been able to take ideas that you've gotten from each of them to kind of bring forward into what you're doing.
Yeah.
uh, which is super cool. And I got to be honest, like I have a really huge soft spot for DC. So it was very hard for me because I live in Miami, so Florida. So Bree is my girl too. So watching the two of you, I was like, oh my God, I can't handle it. This is not okay. Like this is not okay. Because I get really emotionally
Yeah.
involved when I watch. So and either one of you would have made a great Miss Teen USA. So I am grateful that you had that moment. What was going on? Like, did you guys talk when you were standing there, or were you like,
Yes. I don't even know what we were saying, but I like, you know how Brianna. I'm sorry.
the wife, right?
She, she's very emotive. I guess that's the word I'm trying to find. So we were over there. I was like trying to make sure she didn't fall. Like I was trying to make sure I didn't fall. Trying to hold her up. I was like, just hold on, wait a minute. And then we were just waiting. Then I was like, just really peaceful for like 3 seconds. And then they called her name, or did they call my name or hers? I kind of forgot. Point is, they called the winner. And then she started jumping, and then she almost fell, so I had to catch
She
her.
dropped.
And then I actually saw her the next day. The next morning, I went to her room with her mother, and I was like, "Hi, Brandon. Like, look at you." Like, I was just talking to her, and her mom was like, "Thank you so much for not letting her fall, because she would have hurt herself." And I was like, "No problem." I think we were all really excited. Like, if you had seen the entire stage, I honestly, everybody, we were just like up jumping around and stuff, like really excited for Brianna because we knew that the brand was gonna look great with her. Like she's such an amazing representative for Team USA, and the rest of us, like honestly, I don't know, we couldn't have had anybody better. Honestly, like we were
You
just,
could have won and still been just as equally awesome too. So don't sell yourself short,
I
because
know, but
you know
Brianna.
that's so cool. I mean, it's so cool. It had to be like, what did your mom think about all of this? Like, what did your mom like? Did she go? You said, "Hey, mom, I want to do a pageant." She went, "Sure,"
That's
or
she was like, well, I've been putting you in things all your life, so if you want to do this and you like it, like I'll support you. And it ended up being a two-man team. It was me and my mother the entire raid. And it was honestly really amazing because I saw all of the girls with their huge teams and stuff. And, it was just me and my mother trying to get it done. She was my personal stylist, my interview coach, walking coach. Yeah,
that's so awesome.
it was amazing.
Oh, I love that. Oh, there you go. So, question: what advice would you give to teens in DC who want to compete?
I think, I don't know what it is about DC, but I feel like we're not a huge pageant state, or not really a state, but a huge pageant, district. Um, But I think honestly, it look past the glitz and the glamour. Look at what you can do for your community with the title. It's not about the dresses or the shoes or anything like that. I understand it can be intimidating, but at the same time, you have to realize that DC. Ooh, my earring. DC, like any other state or any other district, needs a lot of work and needs as many champions as it can get. So for you to run for Miss DC Teen and for you to be so passionate about your district that you want to serve it and also represent it on a national level, I mean, do it. Oh my God, my earrings. Just make sure you do
It's
it.
okay. They just didn't want to stay on. That's fine. No big deal. All right.
Big
So if they want to compete, they can always go to Miss DC Teen or Miss DC USA or
yes,
Miss DC Teen USA .com, and then they can put in an application the way you did, right?
Yes. So for me, it was a little bit different now because we do have a new director, but the
Mhm.
application process is essentially the same. I think the link is actually in my bio for DCT in USA. So if you go to
Okay.
Miss D USA on Instagram, I'm sure you can click the link in the bio and you're able to apply there. But you just send in your little application telling a little bit about who you are, sending your headshot, and then they'll reach out to you, ask you about your title or what you want your title to be for the state competition. And then you get that title and then you compete. And then hopefully you're Miss DC Teen or Miss DC USA. So,
And you go change the world because, girl,
oh,
that is what it's all about, right?
yes.
Changing your world, whether it's DC, because I mean, the thing that's cool about DC too is that you have so many other states that are so close. I mean, obviously, so you can do things inside of DC, and then you can go to the other states as well, and be able to really have, and don't sell DC short, because I mean, you do have back to back Miss USA, so
Okay, but
there is that.
the best part for me was actually when the girls were coming up to me afterwards. It was Karis. Karis came up to me. She was like crying. She was like, "You broke the curse." And I wasn't even crying before that. I was so happy. And then I saw Karis and I started like bawling my eyes out. My dad took a picture of me. It's the worst picture on the,
Aw.
but I was honestly really excited. Like I was like, maybe this will encourage other girls to get into DC and try and compete for Miss DC team because we're an amazing bunch. I feel like DC always has really unique young women. We're such a tight knit sisterhood, honestly, because we have to be like coming from DC. But
Exactly. I mean, and it's a small. It's not like you've got like a whole state behind you, so it's always that place where you've got a smaller group of women, but honestly, some amazing powerhouse women. I remember when Deshauna Barber won Miss USA, I was there, and I was like crying because I was like, this is a woman that is in the army and she's so accomplished and this is going to be so fantastic. She came off stage, I got to take this picture with her, and then throughout the year I got to know her better. And then when she crowned Kyra, I was there for that too. And I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. But it's like these really accomplished women, and being able to see diversity and representation, which I think is super, super important. And we need so much more of that. We need more representation. So I think it is glorious that you have had this amazing opportunity, and you're like so chill. Like, I love that, like, you've got this bubbly, sweet, amazing personality, but you're just like, yeah, I'm Miss DC Team USA, whatever.
like all
And
good.
there's the snort.
I my mom loves doing that when we're out. Like when I first won my title, we'd be at the grocery store. She'd be like, "My daughter's DC Teen USA. Did you know that? DC Teen USA."
There she is.
Hey, she
She's
literally
there.
eating food in Annapolis, and she was like, "Yeah, my daughter's DC Team USA." And I was like, "I don't look the part right now. Can we not do this,
Yeah.
please?" Like, what?
My normal look, because I am the reigning Ms. Achievement World, my normal look is no makeup. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt because I have a gymnastics company. My hair is like pulled back. And when I tell people that I compete in pageants or that I have a title, they go, "What?" I'm like, "Serious?" Like, "No, I'm serious. I'm not kidding." So then I'll show a picture of like hair and makeup done, and they're like, "Who's that?"
Uh,
That's me. Okay.
that was like funny. A lot of people at school, they're like, you do pageants. Like they never expected that from me. Honestly, I don't think anybody expected me to be in a pageant or even win one. Not to say that they thought I was not accomplished or anything. That wasn't the case. It's just like I was never the person to put myself out there like that. But after the fact, it was just really funny because they would go on my Instagram page. They'd be like, these captions don't even sound like you. Like you sound so happy in these. I was like, oh my gosh. It was like just because I'm not 100% like bubbly and energetic all the way, like 100 all the time, does not mean that these aren't me. Like pageants just bring another side of you. I think that's what it is. Pageants bring out the best of you.
Well, that's true. When I was a teenager, to school, I carried a briefcase and wore a suit. So people they were like, I I was very, very super geek. Like it was not so like for me to be in a pageant, people are like, I'm like, I'm practicing my interview skills. Thank you very much. Like so bad. All right, we have a couple questions. So the question, what are the requirements to compete for Miss Teen USA or Miss DC Teen USA?
I think you just have to be a resident in DC,
Uh-huh.
14 to 19 for Miss DC Teen USA. I know there's some like age stipulation. I forgot what day it is, but you have to be 19.
It's
Like,
by a certain day. Yeah.
I think also I feel like that's really it. I think it's just you have to be a resident of DC and 14 through 19. Not married. I'm pretty sure. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's where the miss comes in. But yeah.
yeah. Um, and just
Just look it up. You can go to the website again at Miss DC Teen USA, or you can go to your link and it's there on your IG at Miss DC Teen USA. And then the areas of competition are
you have evening gown interview, and you also have why am I forgetting it? Oh, athletic wear for teens.
athletic
Yeah,
wear.
I don't know. I was like, wait a minute, is it like person? No, I had personal statement last year. That's why I was confused myself. So I was like, no, but they don't have personal statement this year.
And so what gosh, I've got to stop saying you would
No.
think after all of these years I'd stop to do it. I did an interview with a former Miss USA and she and I both said in the middle of the interview 63 times because somebody did a meme with it.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, if somebody had seen my DC teen interview, they would have been like, there's no way she would. Like, I was so scared. I was like shaking like a leaf. I was like, I don't
You
know if
did something amazing. You won the title, so that's awesome.
yes, honestly, I'm so grateful. I don't think I never thought I'd be in this position, honestly. I never thought that I'd be interviewing with somebody from Pageantry now. Like, it's just it's so crazy because I didn't think this would be me a year ago or 2 years ago. But you
So
know,
much growth, right?
yeah, absolutely. I think the pageant really helped me grow. That's really what it was. The pageant helped me grow. And now that I'm going to college, that I think I'm prepared to take on the job force or the workforce or anything like that because of my interview skills and how I walk into a room and I'm able to command a room and all of those things. But not even that, I'm making sure that I stay true to my brand and all of those things, staying authentic to myself. And I'm really excited.
Honestly, that's exact. I mean, honestly, that's the reason I've stayed with it is because I am on the spectrum, and you probably wouldn't be able to tell it because I of what I've learned through pageantry. Like if I couldn't speak in front of people on a stage, like let alone to people face to face. Interview is probably the hardest for me was because I mean, and I know everybody has anxiety about it. So I think I'm like, wait, now I interview people like in person and online. How did that happen? So and then we have another question. Speak about your platform. So tell us about your platform.
Absolutely. So my platform was actually inspired by two of my classmates who had committed suicide right before COVID. So I
I'm so
recognized that
sorry.
in high school I was able to have all of these amazing resources when it came to mental health or even like grief support and all of those things. But I was like, what about the students in Ward 7 and 8 that may not have the same access to those resources? So I was like, why don't I try to advocate for more mental health resources in Ward 7 and 8? That was my main platform. And then I had like offshoots where I was able to, bring healthcare services to Ward 7 and 8 as well. I was also able to start some free wellness and movement classes right before COVID. Ooh, Lord. And I also was able to, just talk to young students in middle school and high school actually about empowerment and self love and self worth. So, yeah.
That is phenomenal. I'm sorry for your loss, but I think even before COVID, it there's definitely been a challenge with mental health in our country all over the world. I know that during COVID, everything has escalated and it's made it much harder. We lost a wonderful queen in February, uh, or actually January 30th, sorry, to suicide. So I think that it is super important to be able to highlight being able to help people before we get to that place. And I know that the Miss USA organization is working to be able to come up with ways to better help all of you as queens. And I think that that is super important to be able to offer that secondary amount, because you went to Miss Academy, you got to be able to practice your skills beforehand. So being able to add a mental health option to this is super important as well. So I always say your platform always comes from something of the heart. It chooses you. You don't choose it. All of a sudden, there's something that makes your heart feel important to share. So I think that it is important that you have been able to inspire other people and give them light and give them your joy and show them things that maybe you don't think are possible can happen as long as you believe in yourself and know that there are people out there that love you and want to be with you. So that's so awesome.
Yes,
Let's
thank you.
all of those things. Did I say all that right? No. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what has been the highlight? That was just what I was going to say. We have to wrap up because we've got Sasha coming on. So, what has been the highlight of being Miss DC Team USA?
Honestly, well, a couple of things, but I think the top one for me is just watching my self growth and watching myself become more confident. I think, but I'm not going to say I wasn't a confident person before because I knew what I was capable of and I knew that I could get the work done. But at the same time, I wasn't able to necessarily apply it in a way that, or at school or in my community in the way that I thought was really impactful. So I think with the title, I was able to find my brand and able to communicate my true self. And not only that, I was able to figure out who I was as a person. So I'm able to communicate my true self. And I think another highlight for me would have to be, oh no, oh, I actually have two. Second one, meeting everybody at Teen USA, well, at the retreat, then Teen USA, and really forming those bonds. That was just a life-changing experience for me, honestly, and being around those women. Like, it wasn't even about the pageant half the time. Like, we have videos of us just goofing off and stuff. I know there was one, Dalen actually made a montage, and there was a video of Brianna, like, pounding her sandwich for no reason at lunch. And it still cracks me up to this day. Or there's a video of Daisy, like, hopping at the dance party. It's but it's just we were friends at the end of the day. We weren't competing all the time. It wasn't about competition 24/7 until we stepped on that stage. At least that's what it felt like to me. And I really appreciated that. And my third highlight, I would have to say, working with Ben's Chili Bowl this year was amazing. Making sure, getting to know all of the owners and all of that, and getting to connected to that DC history as well, and also going to the Mayor's Arts Awards. That was really amazing as well because I was able to, be a part of that rich DC art culture, and I was just so excited to be there and be a part of like the Go Go and listen to all of the work that people are doing in their community. So I was really excited to be there.
I really want to go next week. Like it is everything. I have it in my shopping cart to buy the flight. Should I go?
It's fun.
I want to go. You don't understand. Okay, I really do. I want to be there because I want to meet you. I haven't been to a live pageant in 2.5 years. So I really want to go and I want to be able to send you off with lots of love and praises and just be able to have the warm fuzzies because you can feel it through the internet. Like, I know that you're an amazing human and I know you're going to do amazing things. We've got 3 minutes, so tell me what your goals are coming forward. I mean, I know you're going to college, but let's talk about what do you see in the next couple of years for you.
So I will be attending Spelman College in the
Are
fall.
you serious?
Yes,
You
I'm down.
guys, oh my God. Okay, sorry. That's awesome.
Yes, I'm really excited to be down there. We actually have Miss USA first runner up at Spelman right now, Vanessa. So I'm really excited to be down there because I know they're gonna love on me, dote on me, all those things. I think I also want to pursue a career in clinical psychiatry and then hopefully open up my own practice in underserved communities or underserved communities such as the ones in Ward 7 and 8 and be able to become that resource for those. I mean, not really, but yeah, no, yes, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to
At
do.
risk, it's I mean, honestly, I am an ABA therapist. You know, I have autism, but I decided I function well enough, so I went through, got my degree, and that's what I mean, that's my technical job. My real job is teaching gymnastics, but I have kids that are autistic in classes so that we can use gymnastics as a way to be able to help them. But I get it. And when my program started, we started in a extremely underserved area. And a lot of the kids came for free because the parents couldn't afford it. And I know the importance of mental health and being able to help children and families be able to feel better and heal. And it's such a struggle. It's been an ongoing struggle. And I think that it's important that people like you are our future, because that means that you're going to be able to change things that have been happening in our country for a very, very long time, and we need to change that. So kudos to you. That is so awesome.
Thank
You're an
you.
amazing human. I love you. I'm going to give you a hug. All right. So, is there anything we didn't talk about today that you would like to share with everybody?
Everybody should tune into the Miss DC Teen USA pageants. I think competition this year is going to be amazing, and I'm just so excited to see whoever gets my crown and gets Sasha's crown next, because I know they're going to do amazing things, and I know that Sasha and I and everybody else in the sisterhood have set them up for greatness, and I feel like 2022 will be our year for a double win. That's what I feel like.
See, so then we have to go to USA and Team USA. Do we know where it is yet? No.
No, I don't think so. I've been like, my mom's asking that for like the past 3 weeks. I'm like, Mom, I don't
Me
know.
too. I keep asking. I'm like, somebody please. I mean, because we got to have Brianna on at the beginning, and I haven't been able to have Elle on yet. But I'm hoping that the team will send me a message and be like, "Hey, you want to come?" I'm like, yes, please. Yes, please. So I'm putting it out to the universe. So maybe I will see. Well, I have to figure it all out, but I hope that next week I will be able to be there and see you live. 'Cause that would be cool, right? Oh
Yes,
God.
yes. Honestly, I feel like DC always has like an amazing pageant, and the girls are wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I'm not saying that any other state is like less than us, but at the same time, DC is where it's at. Like
No, I
we're
agree. I agree. Hey, Ralph, thank you. Thank you for being here. We love you. Thanks for being part of us. All right, my love, hold tight for just a second. I'm going to close out the show. I am so grateful to have had you on and gotten to know you a little bit better. Thanks so much for sharing your story and your experience. And I'm sure that you are going to inspire so many more people in the future. Would do you think that you will do this again? Do you think that you would compete in another pageant? I mean, I'm just,
I,
maybe.
I want to come back for the 75th. So that gives me some time to get through college, but you will see me again.
Yay! And then I could say I knew her well. Look how I knew her well.
I'm so excited.
It's so awesome. Okay. All right. Hold on tight. Hold on tight. Okay. You're going to be off screen for a second. Let me finish up. Oh, nope. You're on screen by yourself, of course. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us. We have Miss DC USA coming up next. Thank you so much, Hannah, for being with us today. We really appreciate it. Getting to know your story is so inspiring to other teens, to other people around the world. So we appreciate it. And of course, to all of our viewers, we really appreciate all of you, because I can have these really cool conversations and be sitting here talking to other people, but it's even more important that you join us and become part of our world. So to all of our crownies, we are grateful to have you. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time. Stay safe.